Imagine a man who, since his childhood, felt different from the rest of the world. He felt there was something deeper and invisible that shaped our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This man was Carl Jung, and his journey led him to challenge the established ideas of his time, opening the doors to a revolution in psychology. What he discovered within the human psyche not only changed psychology, but also the way we understand the very meaning of life. Let's dive into the story of Jung, the man who ventured into the depths of the unconscious and redefined our understanding of what it means to be human. Carl Gustav Jung was born on July 26, 1875, in the small village of Keswil, Switzerland. The son of a Protestant pastor and a mother with a mystical nature, Jung was marked by a childhood of profound contrasts. His father, representing strict and conventional religiosity, imposed an education where faith was an unchanging pillar. His mother, with an introspective and deeply spiritual personality, instilled in him a connection to the mysterious and the unknown. From a very young age, Jung found himself disconnected from the world around him. He couldn't accept the simplistic view of the world offered by his religious family. Religion didn't seem to have enough answers to his spiritual and emotional questions, and he felt there was something more, something deeper than the human mind. While the rest of the world around him accepted conventional explanations for life and human behavior, Jung wasn't willing to settle for simple answers. With this sense of detachment, his inner journey began. From an early age, Jung was driven to question what motivated people to act the way they did, and why human emotions and thoughts seemed to be much more complex than just physical causes or social factors. He began to wonder, what's behind the human psyche? What can't we see or understand? These initial questions wouldn't just remain personal reflections. They would be the seeds that gave rise to his future theory on the human psyche. Throughout his life, Jung would seek answers not only in traditional sciences, but also in myths, religions, and philosophies, understanding that the human mind was a vast and unexplored world, mysterious and full of hidden layers. By choosing medicine, and more specifically psychiatry, Jung sought to understand the roots of human behavior. He wanted to go beyond what conventional medicine was offering. Instead of seeing the human being as a biological machine, he wanted to understand the invisible layers of the human psyche. It was at the Bergholzli Hospital in Zurich that Jung had his first contact with Freud's psychoanalysis, which was on the rise at the time. Jung quickly became a strong supporter of Freud, seeing him as someone who was finally trying to explain the mysteries of the human mind. Freud believed that the unconscious was dominated by repressed sexual desires. At 30, Jung was fascinated by these ideas, but felt something was missing. There were deeper forces at work in the human mind than Freud had imagined. It was at this point that Jung began to distance himself from Freud's theory, which he considered overly reductionist. Freud saw the unconscious merely as a field of repressed desires and primitive instincts. Jung, on the other hand, began to suspect that there was something much more vast and spiritual in this unconscious, something that transcended sexuality and basic impulses. During this period of study and work, Jung began to self-analyze, observing his own dreams and visions. It was then that he had a transformative experience. He began to realize that his internal experiences were not just personal, but could be representations of universal forces present in all human beings. Jung started to explore myths, religions, and dreams, seeking to understand how these archetypal images influence our lives. For example, the archetype of the hero is found in many cultures around the world. Jung believed these archetypes were not just cultural representations, but universal patterns of behavior that influence our choices, actions, and decisions. He began to develop new therapeutic methods, using these archetypes as a way to heal and help people get to know themselves. Did you like this episode? If so, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode. Soon, we'll explore Jung's break with Freud and how he challenged the established ideas to create an entirely new psychology. Don't miss it. See you then.